Hello and welcome. I hope you've got a nice, comfortable chair for your weekly dump. It is the week of December the 14th. We are almost at Christmas time. That's exciting.
I don't know why you said so sarcastic there, but it's funny, like, because you are actually excited about Christmas this year.
I am very excited about Christmas this year. The one time I have been more excited about Christmas was the Christmas following my dad's death, which sounds morbid, but it was more, Christmas was my dad's favorite holiday, and it was like me trying to sort of revitalize his essence through the spirit of Christmas. And then I got divorced and a lot of shit happened since then. So I haven't really been in the Christmas mood since then. But now there's a Christmas tree out there.
Yeah.
There's presents.
There's a lot of presents.
We've had cookies.
We've had
chocolate
cookies.
milk.
We've had chocolate milk.
But you know what we're not going to have?
I don't.
Probably Christmas Day stream.
No.
In fact, we've got a couple. I guess it was Christmas Eve technically, but if we were going to be doing Claire Obscure on Wednesdays, as we have been doing, that would fall on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, and we're not going to do that. We love you, but no. So we're probably going to do some double streams, or maybe just some Tuesday streams for Claire Obscure upcoming. Speaking of, I kind of jumped the gun a little bit there. The first episode has been edited and uploaded, right?
It has.
Has the second episode been edited and uploaded?
No.
Okay. That is coming this Tuesday, right?
Yes.
Okay. See, you would think I would know these things, but I don't. No.
Yeah.
So we've got 2 episodes in now.
Yeah, we are 2 episodes in. It's been wild. Like, we just watched the Game Awards where it basically sweeped almost every category, which is insane for a game like Player Obscure, the first edition of a brand new studio, an indie game. It's insane that it's like that good, and it just makes me more excited to play it because literally everyone has been telling me that there's so much more to it, and they didn't even want me to watch like the Game Awards, really, which I did. Every time Claire Obscure was shown, I tried to like avert my eyes so that way I wouldn't
avoid spoilers. Yeah,
like even spoilers as such as like, oh no, this person looks sad and I haven't seen this scene yet, so something sad happens, and I'm like, well, yeah. I mean, that's kind of a given in this game, but at the same time,
you see somebody again that like wasn't in the original expedition cutscene. You're like, oh, I guess we find them again.
Exactly. Like, oh, this person's alive, and it's like I knew based on like game art that I knew Mael was alive, so that wasn't necessarily a spoiler because the game itself spoils that because of the game art, because you see her in the game art.
Right.
But there's this unknown person in the game art that I don't think we've met yet, because I know you get a party of 4. At least. Like, you can play with a party of 4. At least I know that. But I don't know anything about that. But I knew we get Mael. And we got Mael back in this last part. If you missed it, again, it will be uploaded and edited and uploaded on Tuesday. And then we will be playing. But yeah, you just kind of jumped the gun a little bit, but we're not sure.
We got a couple bullet points of things to talk about, and I just went, those first 5 things, screw that. We're going right to Claire Obscura.
We're debating on, and you guys can comment below whether or not you want, because we'll see the comments before we decide whether or not we're going to do one thing or the other. If you guys would like to see 2 playthroughs on Tuesday of the following weeks of the holiday season, as we figured we have some stuff going on with family and each other, so we weren't necessarily going to play games, but those Tuesdays are the 23rd and the 30th, so we figured we could do that instead of Wednesday. So we could do that, or we could double up this next week. Obviously, whatever you guys want us to do, we will do it. I feel like I'm just going to get comments that say, why not both?
Probably.
And that's a valid option. But at the same time, we'll see.
We will see. We will also see more Kaylee Runs a Game next year, although it won't be called Kaylee Runs a Game anymore.
Nope.
We've kind of burned that branding into the ground.
No one wants to watch me anymore.
Yeah, nobody wants to watch you anymore. For those of you that missed the inception of Kaylee Runs a Game, the whole idea was, hey, you know what would be funny is if Kaylee, ran a game because I don't know what I'm doing. And it's a level 21 shot, which is notoriously difficult to run. And then also there's all these game-breaking interactions that Twitch viewers can use to make the game that much more crazy. That would be funny, huh? And boy, has it been. However, at this point, Kaylee is a grizzled D&D veteran DM.
I've been put through the ringer.
You really have. But you haven't, you got it. You don't even have to ask me questions anymore. You got your tools right in front of you, and you figure out all the answers on your own. And so it's less funny now because it's like, Kaylee knows what she's doing. But also, we might want other people to run a game, and it wouldn't make sense if I ran it or Gup ran it or someone else ran it, and it's called Kaylee Runs a Game. So
yes. That's probably the main reason. Otherwise, Kaylee Runs a Game, we could just go with it, and everyone just expects that when Kaylee runs a game, everything's made up and the rules don't matter. But the main reason is we really wanted to extend the offer to DMs that wanted to run this type of game, that really wanted to just get crazy.
Yeah. Just get nutty with it. And so
eat shit, apparently.
There was a lot of shit.
There was a lot of shit.
Yeah. I mean, there was if we can potentially do a recap, we attempted to run the adventure A Wild Sheep Chase, which is...
Was there even an attempt? I got to page 2.
I mean, it's like a 4-page adventure.
It's 6.
It's 6. Okay, so I got
a third.
We got third way through it, but I think it's called A Wild Sheep Chase, right?
It is, yes.
And the premise is that this sheep shows up. It's got a Speak of Scrolls scroll of Speak with Animals.
Yep.
It talks to you. It says, "Hey, I've been turned into this sheep. I need to get my wand back. My apprentice took it. This, that, and the other." And then you go to the compound and you get it back and you turn it back into a normal person. Something along those lines. We spent an hour and a half in the break room at Munder Difflin, just talking about Ferguson's ex-wives, eating shit, fighting wraiths. We eventually made it down to the first floor, about to leave the building, and then we had to fight a kraken, and a Zilla, the Tarask, was summoned, became our friend, and then at some point, Asmodeus showed up, along with one of Ferguson's additional ex-wives. Yep. We lost at least 7 ex-wives through all of this.
Yeah. He said there was 9 maybe.
That we know of.
But some behind the scenes, Boomer Buck was talking in Sega's chat afterwards, even an hour after stream, and he said that the limit does not exist for how many ex-wives he came up with.
Yeah.
And I just want to, give kudos to the character creation that he went through.
Yeah, that was incredible. That was amazing.
For a 3-hour one-shot.
I did mention to Gup because he was supposed to... I took his place because he was unable to play last night, unfortunately, due to personal circumstances. But we told him after Sega came up with the concept of Tom the Office Worker, and then Ferguson became Ferguson in IT, and then Leo Da Vinci became Leo Da Vinci the Temp, that we needed a boss, and he came up with Dad. So of course we called him Mr. Dad. And I told Gup this morning that, yesterday morning, because you're seeing this tomorrow. It's today.
Time's a construct.
Time is a construct. I told Gup that Mr. Dad started out as a really cool party pizza boss, but ended up being Asmodeus and kind of a dickbag.
Yeah.
And so he
did not provide overtime.
And so he'll probably have to make a recurring appearance at some point. And Gup simply responded, "Perhaps he has a cookbook." Which you might not know that reference.
Oh, no.
But people like Monkey Man and some others may know that reference very well.
Explain it for the people that don't know.
For the people that don't know, Gup ran a one-shot. If you've seen the clip with who's the fourth one that's missing, it's Clay Aiken. If you've seen that clip, it's from that game called Old Meat Pie. I don't remember the exact premise of it, but it was essentially there was 4 cooks or something that had gone missing, and we had to find them. And forgive me, Gup, for not remembering the details of this, but there was a cookbook that included various assorted cursed recipes. And it has been a long-standing goal/project of ours to actually like make a physical, real cookbook to like have people purchase, essentially.
Oh no.
It would not be food safe. I can almost assure you it would not be food safe. So if this does manifest, don't you dare cook this stuff and eat it. It is purely for entertainment purposes. Maybe, unless like Binging with Babish or somebody wants to hook up with us and be like, hey, let's make this food. I don't know. I'd be open to that.
I'd totally be open for a collab cookbook.
Yeah.
A collab curse cookbook by Mr. Dad, aka Asmodeus.
Yeah, hit us up. If anybody out there is like, yeah, I can make that happen, shoot us an email, comment below. We'll do anything. Speaking of doing anything, what's next on our dock? There's not really a whole lot of news right now. It's kind of a slow season. We're still kind of getting going with. It's interesting because it's not really a rebrand. It's not like it's a restructuring, and so yeah. I mean, it tends to happen at the end of each year where we kind of go through a big transitional phase of what content do we want to work on for the next year.
Right.
But we've got a lot of moving pieces happening right now, and we've got to figure out where they slot in. That said, real quick to touch on the interactive D&D or whatever we end up calling it, if you know anybody that would be a good DM or would be a great player like Sega was or Boomer Buck, or if you want to play in it yourself, comment down below and with your interest, and we can reach out to you and see what we can make happen.
Yeah. Just behind the scenes stuff, it sounds like January may be full. February, I am already working on at least player interest or gauging player interest. So if you're interested, it may not happen until March, or if I have a ton of interest, it may have to end up be bi-monthly.
We'll have to see.
If there's a lot of interest, I mean, I will run it, but at the same time, I'm like, the whole point of Kaylee Runs a Game and interactive D&D is that we don't necessarily want the community to just fucking go ham on bits and stuff. It's kind of like, this is a special occasion type.
Right. We don't want it to be like all of our games are going to be interactive with similar levels of interactivity, to be clear.
Yes.
But the Kaylee Runs a Game mantra, or if you will, is that like the game, the interactivity is specifically designed to cause the most potential chaos, whereas something like the Unprepared, it's still chaotic, but it's within the confines of the rules. You're getting bonus modifiers, you're getting like there's a little bit of a methodology to the madness with the Unprepared, whereas Kaylee Runs a Game, it's like, yeah, summon any monster from the monster manual, and if you've got $50, you can do that 5 times all at once. Like, it is specifically designed for pure chaos.
Right. And just like going back to like when we start doing campaigns and stuff, something that you may end up interacting with or purchasing, like let's say someone finds a gun or something like that. I don't know exactly what you're going to do for your campaigns, but something like that, you could potentially have an immediate effect right then and there. Or someone could remember they have a gun 2 sessions from now, and that's when the interactivity goes. So it's just it's going to be a different type of interactivity, which is what you were trying to say, I think.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why I was like, it's very much like a funnel. Like
yeah, it's like if this is like the bar, like most D&D / TTRPG Twitch channels, like this is their level of interactivity, where it's like, a couple of dollars for advantage or a couple of dollars for inspiration. And then like Kaylee Runs a Game is like way up here off the screen, right?
Yeah.
The normal, our average stuff is going to be kind of in the middle. It's going to be more than this, but less than that.
Yeah. And there will be a lot more channel points and stuff for campaigns and whatnot. So it's not necessarily like if you're watching, you will get rewarded. But for Kaylee Runs a Game, like we want people who come in, like that one guy, whose name we could not pronounce
or something.
I don't know, but like I love
Mr.
him.
or Mrs. Latin. I don't.
Mr. or Mrs. Latin.
Whomst Latin.
Like we love them so much, but something like that where they can just come in immediately get rewarded.
Yeah, because they don't have channel points banked up because they're not a long time viewer, but they have that option of just like immediately turning knobs and be like and flipping switches. Like, yes, I am causing this chaos.
Exactly. So that's if you just to go back for a full circle, if you know anybody that is interested in something like that, and if I am getting a lot of interest, there is also open opportunity to essentially have more than 12 games next year.
Yeah. Well, we're just kind of playing it by ear. We've also got on the front of the room side of things, we've got, we kind of touched on Clair Obscur a little bit already, but we do have Decorating Sense coming up. The first 2 streams I know we've kind of missed just due to some personal health issues there, but that is coming. But if you don't care about Decorating Sense or Clair Obscur, and there's some games that you want to see us play or react to, really the sky's the limit with the front of the room. We don't really have we're this type of channel or we're that type of channel. If you want community Jackbox nights, if you want, to send us a whole bunch of videos that you think are hilarious and just watch us react to it, comment down below with your thoughts and ideas and let us know. We aim to serve at the front of the room, and we'll make it happen.
Right. We're definitely focusing on how Playotic as a community, what they like and what they want to do. And that's kind of where the goal is for the front of the room is what does our community want? And also what do we want to make that isn't necessarily just TTRPG focused.
Yeah.
We love and appreciate everything that has come from the TTRPG focus and everything that has come from you guys. But just the fact that branching out is really fun, and we want to make sure that like it's community led to an extent, that everything we do is for you guys and you guys are getting rewarded for it. Right now our interactivity level is lower on the Clair Obscur side. Like we don't have necessarily redemptions or anything like that that's necessarily super out there. But we do plan on doing stuff like crowd control and other things like that. That is a lot more interactive with you guys. So that way you guys are... We
still need to do another Marbles on stream.
Oh, and Marbles. Oh my God, I love Marbles.
There's so many things. There's so many things we want to do, but we can only do so many at a time because we've got to build this workflow and process out to make sure that not only are we doing Playotic stuff now, but we're also doing front of the room stuff. We're doing a lot more YouTube content. We're doing a lot more post-production, pre-production. There's a lot of moving parts that we've got to build workflows for. And as we get better at it, we can do more and more and more.
But I did forget to mention, on the paper itself, I will be streaming from the front of the room, starting in the new year with Sega and Dream, Ocarina of Time.
Awesome. Yeah.
So if y'all like Ocarina of Time, Legend of Zelda, we do plan on doing that. And then I think even after that, we may end up doing Majora's Mask because it's literally just like a podcast type playthrough because obviously Ocarina of Time is not multiplayer.
Yeah.
But it's basically just us shooting the shit, and I'll be streaming that from the front of the room instead of my own personal channel this time.
Awesome.
So I've already done 1 episode on my personal channel, so
how dare you? The continuity is ruined.
We're missing the beginning.
It's fine.
I think we'll be okay.
It's gonna be great. I've got nothing else. I'm ready to move into Playmail if you are.
Playmail's great.
We had one question this week. I'm going to read it out here. We had from Boomer Buck, a Playmail question for science. Would love to hear both of your thoughts on where different TTRPG systems rank from those you haven't played based on how intrigued you are to playing with them. Maybe like a top 3 from each of you for the ones you would like to know more about. Does that all make sense?
I think so.
So
I think I understood the question. So he wants us to, and if we miss something, just let us know and we will answer on the next weekly dump or in the comments below.
Yeah. So basically, to rephrase it for, because I know I butchered some of the cadence there. Basically, from games we have played to ones we're simply intrigued with, how do various systems rank? Maybe a top 3 from each of us.
So top 3 for games we have played, and maybe a top 3 for we haven't played,
or just in general. It can be games we have played and games we haven't, and we're just intrigued about. Just kind of what are our thoughts on different systems?
Different systems. Okay, because we kept talking about how we want to do different systems.
Right.
My my experience is solely with D&D. I've never played any other system. I've had opportunities to play Pathfinder, especially at GalaxyCon, but I get so focused when I'm at those conventions that going and doing something else for myself just seems outlandish to me. No fault to anyone else who does that. Like, kudos to them that they're able to like actually go do something like that. But I have such a hard time getting out of that work mode that I cannot even sit through one of your games. I'm like, no, that's 2 hours where I could be doing something.
Right.
So I didn't get to play, which is kind of sad because like the Pathfinder Society is really cool and I really like them. So had opportunities to play Pathfinder, never played. So D&D is ranked number 1, 2, and 3 for me. But I'm really intrigued by mechanically and challenging systems. So things dealing with wanting to kill me. So I love, like I've always said, I'm a Souls girly.
Yeah.
So I love things that are very much punishing to a player. So not necessarily if I don't know the rules, it's punishing. It's more along the lines of min-maxing and really knowing how well you're playing the game in your specific character. So I'm intrigued by Pathfinder because I know it's a very mechanically challenging type of. It's more mechanically focused, and you're more able to, within those realms of mechanically stuff, you can really branch out and explore. I'm really interested in Call of Cthulhu because I heard that that's just you die all the time. And I love the idea of that. But I'm also terrified of Gup and his goriness. Because gore, and it's funny because I'm sitting here like, I love Dark Souls, but I actually don't like horror or gore. So the visceral reaction you get from me from certain gore elements it would be funny to watch me play Call of Cthulhu. And then I'm really interested in Dark Souls RPG. I saw that online, and I'm very intrigued about how we could do a tabletop system of Dark Souls. I know Ash's boyfriend and I have gone back and forth a little bit about potentially doing a Dark Souls RPG in the future campaign. I think he's going to fight me for the DM spot. He's going to win. He's bigger than me.
Yeah.
So I may just end up being a player, but we'll see.
He'll just move you out of the chair.
He will move me. He's like, my turn, bitch. That man is a large man. He's much bigger and scarier than me. So he will probably win that fight. Anyway, shout out to Kyle.
Yeah.
And anyway, those are my top 3 for big scary tabletop games.
No, Call of Cthulhu is definitely in my top 3 because I love D&D. Just conceptually, D&D has been my experience for the last couple of years because it's what my friends have been playing. But Call of Cthulhu is so much fun to play with Gup because actions have consequences. I'm so used to just doing dumb, stupid things on Playotic, whereas I think about doing a dumb, stupid thing in Call of Cthulhu, and all of a sudden, my character's dead. Somebody else is dead. Like, there's a huge setback somehow. We've lost the plot. We missed something huge. Like, it is so fun in that aspect to have such real consequences to poor gameplay decisions.
I think that's something that also excites me about Call of Cthulhu is the real consequence to gameplay.
Yeah, it's like you can have fun if you play a 5-year campaign where there's no risk of real death and all of your characters have plot armor. But all of my favorite moments from D&D involve my character dying or a tense moment where someone almost died.
But you gotta some of the best movies ever is when the villain fucking won.
Right, exactly.
Like, isn't that
like? Do you? I don't know if you were like really into Marvel and whatnot at the time. And to be clear, like I've never like into Marvel, so I'm not going to like claim that nerddom. I just got into the movies. I thought they were good movies. And when Infinity War happened and the end of the movie was Thanos winning and then roll to credits, like I was like, man, this movie's been so long. How are they going to get out of this? Oh, there's the credits.
Oh, they don't.
Like that was nuts.
Yeah. So that's that Call of Cthulhu-esque very much.
But to answer the original question, I also like games that are very mechanical focused, like gameplay focused, because as much as I love sitting around the table improving with my friends for 2.5 hours, I want to play the game, the underlying game there. And so Pathfinder has always been my first love. It will always be my love. Every time I return to playing it or listening to it or watching it, I'm like, yes, this is what I grew to love. D&D is like Pathfinder Light, which is hilarious because Pathfinder is literally just a spin-off of D&D, but it kept, in my opinion, the soul of the game that I fell in love with. So and I'm not going to do Pathfinder 1E and 2E and D&D 3.5, 4, 5, whatever. It's D&D or Pathfinder for the sake of this ranking. Yeah. So Pathfinder number 1, I'm going to have to go with Call of Cthulhu number 2 just because it's such a unique system. In my experience, there may be other systems that do this where the lower you roll is the better. You're so accustomed to rolling high being good, but in Call of Cthulhu, you want to roll low.
Oh, it's like golf.
Yes, exactly. So like and forgive me, I'm very new to Call of Cthulhu still, but the way it works is like you have a skill tree from like 0 to 100, right? Yeah. And so say you want to be good at driving a car and your car driving skill is 30. That means you have to roll 30 or lower out of a D100 to succeed. So the higher your skill gets, so if you have an 80 driving skill, you have to roll 80 or lower. But if you're bad at something, you have to roll 3 or lower. So rolling low is actually like good. For a majority of the rolls. And it's such an interesting, like, you roll a D2 100 and you see like a 93 and your gut instinct is, and then you realize, oh, that's so bad. I have fucked up. So it's really fun in that regard. And likewise, Fantasy Flight, Star Wars, Vampire the Masquerade, and the other one, Werewolf the Apocalypse, and I'm sure, again, there are others that do this, they do kind of like where you roll some D10s or D8s, I don't remember what they are, and you count the individual successes and failures. So it's not a binary pass-fail, it's, 3 successes, 2 failures, which means kind of thing. So there's a little bit of a gray area in between. So those have been, I've only played those like once or twice, but those have also been really fun to like, it's not just I did it or I didn't. It's I did it with some consequences or that kind of thing.
Which is kind of more akin to real life. Like, right. There's more gray area.
Yeah. Which is what I think Daggerheart was going for with the I forget what they call them, the Hope Dice or something. And Daggerheart has been fun. I've been playing it every Sunday for a little while now. My main gripe, if you can call it with a gripe, is the spotlighting system. For someone like myself who I'm perfectly content waiting in initiative order for my turn to shoot my bow and do nothing else, right? Yeah. But the way that it's supposed to work is that the spotlight is on the players, then it moves to the enemies, and it's kind of a dynamic back and forth, which is a cool idea. But when you're just like, I want to shoot my bow, but then somebody else is like, well, I want to do this, and then they fail, and then spotlight goes back to the enemy, and then we get the spotlight back, and it's like, I want to shoot my bow, and someone's like, well, I want to do this. I'm like, okay, go ahead, and then they do the thing, and then somebody else does the thing, but then the spotlight goes back to the enemy. It can be like rounds and rounds of combat where I haven't got to do anything, and I just want to shoot my bow. Like,
yeah, it sounds like Daggerheart's really good for a very synchronized group of friends. Right. But it's very hard for people with social anxiety.
Right. To be like, to basically like, I want to take my turn. Like, yeah, it can be. And so, and I'm sure your experience is going to vary with that, like depending on the type of people you're playing with. But even then, like, I like knowing it's my turn and not like it's our turn. Because I don't know, I don't like stealing the spotlight, which is what that system is supposed to like inhibit. It's supposed to prevent one person from doing everything. But at the same time, it's just like, I just want my turn. Like, when is it my turn so I can go?
I understand.
But otherwise, there are...
You know what we didn't mention? Goblin with a fat ass.
Goblin with a fat ass is great. That is a fun party game. But it relies really heavily on the players because the rules is one page, and like you have to kind of like yes, there are mechanics, but it is very much just make it up as you go. And if the players that you're playing with don't have that strong improv roleplay sense, it can very much turn into a, what am I doing now? Like,
yeah, like DM lead us, and it's like, well, you're supposed to This is your show. We're all just sitting here.
Yeah, exactly. So, but there are a couple of systems I haven't played, which I am intrigued by. There's Draw Steel, which is the system Matt Colville and company have recently released. I haven't really read it. I've been keeping up with it occasionally. I'm sure there's a lot of cool stuff in there, but one of the things that intrigued me when he was talking about writing it was the concept of not being able to miss in his system. So like with D&D, you hit or you miss, which is it can be really, it can be deflating sometimes.
Sure.
With Draw Steel, as far as I understand, again, I haven't really read it, but from what I understand, it's more of a varying degree of a hit. So you always hit, but it could be glancing, it could just be normal, and it could be like a massive hit. So you always do something, just a scale of how much something. So that's interesting. And then there's also Cosmere, which is the Brandon Sanderson system that I've had a whole bunch of people ask me if I knew about it. And then Lancer is similar to the Brandon Sanderson system, I think. Maybe, don't quote me on that. But those three I haven't played, I haven't read, but they have sound intriguing.
Yeah.
So cool. That's my roundabout way of saying Pathfinder is the greatest tabletop of all time, says me.
Paizo, if you're watching this. We love your dice. We get so much from them every time we go to GalaxyCon.
Oh yeah.
I've gotten so much from Paizo just by saying hi to them. They're the nicest people ever.
Every time. And they're not even like Paizo employees.
No, your volunteers are some of the sweetest people I've ever met.
The people at the Pathfinder Society, shout out to the one who's in charge of Richmond. I've got your business card on my desk somewhere. I don't remember what your name is. I'm sorry, but you're awesome every time. But yeah, that's...
You think it's like Bloody Mary? If we mention Paizo enough, they'll come show up.
Paizo.
We love Paizo.
We love Paizo.
You know what? We didn't mention Starfinder. I'm not a space girl.
I bundled Starfinder into Pathfinder personally.
Okay, but we just didn't mention it because I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like,
it's Pathfinder 1 and Starfinder 1 were a little bit different mechanically. With Pathfinder 2nd Edition and Starfinder 2nd Edition, they are the same rules. Starfinder just takes place thousands of years in the future and has technology and spaceships.
I think that's the way the guy explained it to me when I was learning the system. He did like a 5-minute D&D with me for Pathfinder, and it was just it was a combat encounter. So way different than when I do 5-minute D&D.
Yeah.
But it was like, he was basically telling me like Starfinder's the same thing, except this T-Rex is now a robo T-Rex.
Exactly.
And I'm like, oh, cool.
You know what I did forget to mention?
What?
And it's basically D&D, so but it's such a unique, awesome, fun concept is lasers and liches.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So
Gup's supposed to run that.
Yes.
He had talked about it a while ago.
Honorable mention to lasers and liches. I don't know if the system itself is good or if Gup is just that great at running it that it makes it feel like the best system ever. But it is just so fun.
We've run into that problem a lot with some of our tabletop RPGs where we're like, this system is the best system I've ever had. And then we play it somewhere else and we're like, this isn't as fun.
No, it was that person apparently.
Aaron does a better job.
Aaron makes
everything fun.
Aaron can take any game and make it the greatest game ever.
I was like, wait a minute, I don't remember this is mine.
Yeah, so is Goblin with a Fat Ass actually good, or was it just Aaron and Isaac?
It might just be Aaron. That's basically, oh my god, Eisen was fantastic too. Anyway, that does give me a good idea. We could explore a lot of different stuff for Extra Life.
Yeah.
Like we tried to do this year.
Yeah, we've got to. Oh god, it's planning time for Extra Life, and it.
Anyway, I feel like we've held them hostage enough for our video. Is there anything else that we wanted to talk about? I think we pretty much pinpointed everything.
No, that pretty much covers it. And I think that's about where we're going to end the video.